Okay, I was not feeling well today, so I've recorded a video. This may be the shortest lesson for higher algebra that you have ever had. All right, so this is called identifying characteristics of a quadratic. Well, a quadratic is just a U shape. This one's been flipped upside down, and you're going to have to know a few names of things. These spots right here, ones I just turned blue, those are called the x-intercepts because this is the x-axis, and the places where they touch, those are called the x-intercepts. All right, you only need to make one page of notes, and it's this drawing right here. So take a minute, get a blank notability doc out, and copy this down. All right, so those two right there, those are called the x-intercepts. X-intercepts. All right, and those are points. Like that point right there, that is 3, 0, and you have to put them in as points. So you have a Schoology quiz today, and it's going to have little drawings like this, and you'll have to just find the places it touches X, and then say, oh, that spot right there, that's one of my X-intercepts, and that's at 1, 0. So you got to put it in with a parenthesis and a 1, 0. So those are x-intercepts, so their y is 0. See how they both have a y of 0? All right, so those two spots, I'll make them blue one last time, right here and right here. Those were the x-intercepts. All right, the next thing is the y-intercept. It's not that complicated. If this is the y-axis, the ones up and down here, then that right there is the y-intercept. It's where it touches the y. And that point would be at 0, -2. So that's how you would write the y-intercept. It's just a point. Okay, and then make sure if it's a y-intercept that the x would be 0. So you always have a 0 on this kind. All right, then the axis of symmetry. That is a line that runs right down the middle. You've got one running right down the middle of your face, right down the middle of your nose. And then you have one eye on each side, you have one ear on each side, you have one eyebrow on each side, one nostril on each side, and so that's called a line of symmetry. Well, this goes through the point 2, like right here, that would be 2. And so this is x equals 2. All right, that's called the axis of symmetry. And that's it. That's all you really have to know. I'm going to show you one more. You don't even have to take notes on it. But that'll give you an example of axis of symmetry, x-intercepts, y-intercepts. The only other thing that I see on here is domain and range, and we've already been tested on that. So if you were doing the domain of this one, you would have said from -infinity. Remember, if it's a Schoology quiz, you spell it out, INF, INF, -infinity to infinity. And the range on this one, that's from low to high. The lowest it goes is -infinity. The highest it goes, well, it's that spot right there is the highest it goes. And that spot right there is 2, 1. So what's the highest it goes? The range is about the y numbers. So that's the y number, that's the highest it goes. The 2 is an x, you don't want to use that. So for the range, it would go to 1. And then you put a bracket around it. So again, you've already been tested on this. I know, some people are still learning it, but that should be old info. So if I give you a new parabola, and just ask you, what are the x-intercepts? What's the y-intercept? And what's the axis of symmetry? Let's say that this is my U shape. These are called quadratics. So can you tell me what the x-intercepts are? Hint, make them as a point. And there's 2 of them, almost always 2 x-intercepts. The y-intercept axis of symmetry. And last but not least, the domain and range. Let's do this one together. You guys give it a shot. Then I'll have you unpause after you've had a chance to do it. And then let's see if you got the right answers for this. The y-intercept is a point also. The axis of symmetry has to say x equals. All right, there's enough hints. Give that a shot. Okay, we're back. So the x-intercepts, well, there's that one, which is at 1, 0. And there's that one, which is at -1, 0. Then there's the y-intercept, which is the place it touches the y-axis, and that's right there, and that's at 0, -1. 0, -1. The axis of symmetry done's right down here. It's always an x equals. One of my students called it the axis of symmetry because it always has an x in it, and I kind of like that. So x equals, in this case, that green dotted line I just drew down the middle, that would be at x equals 0. X equals 1 would have been like right there, you know, but this was x equals 0. And the domain for this, from left to right, the furthest left it goes is -infinity. The furthest right it goes is infinity. The range goes from the y value here, right there, which is -1, to infinity, and I bet some of you thought I was going to make this mistake. I caught it. The -1, it touches there. And it's infinity on the other side, so I put parentheses. If you're putting it into Schoology, remember to type INF. There you go. That's what you needed to learn today. Super easy day. I should hopefully be back tomorrow. Have a great day.